Sadly, our adventures on Adventure Island are about to come to an end. There's only one final journey we have to make after we get done with these random battle segments that I've missed so dearly. We're going back to Fuwa Fuwa Island, and at this point, we know pretty much all the tricks that are ready to come at us, except for the final boss. We've got to be careful for that guy. Pure terrible, pure danger. He's all sorts of garbage. I hate that guy. He's a more dastardly villain than Dick Dastardly plus Muttley plus Dr. Claw plus Ganon. That's right, it's him. The nameless wizard sorcerer. The dark whoever. I don't know. He probably isn't actually real. I don't think there's a name to him, so I don't care. Doesn't matter. I'm sure in the manual there's some vague reference to him, and kids didn't know what it meant because they couldn't beat this game, and they just asked their parents to do it for them. And their parents couldn't do it, so their parents just said something like, well, you know, maybe the game just is over. And then you were like, Mom, please. Yeah, obviously it's not over. There's no credits. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm sure this happened to somebody out there. Maybe I just described your life, and your mind is so blown you can't even believe it. But you know what? We're finally back. We're back here. We're back to this point. And if you use some context clues, you probably could have told we were going to be back and that this was not the end. Because I said we would be back here to get this segment. And you might be wondering why I didn't just do it when I was here already. Well, I will show you very soon. And you aren't even going to believe it, dog. But we want to crush this block. This is kind of like a little puzzle here. And you want to run through there and fall down. No, hold on. Fall down in there. There you go. And we got one last treasure chest. It is Life Bottle. You can call me Full Life Higgins, man, because I got it all. It looks like there would be another heart space available, but no, that's the last one. That's weird. I don't know. I guess it's not that weird. Maybe they wanted more space for the magic picture in case they wanted to make it bigger or something. But we've already been here before, so there isn't a whole lot new going on. Just more pumpkins and clumsiness. But, you know, this clumsiness got me up here, and while I'm up here, I might as well take a look. Was this the spot I was supposed to come back to? Boy howdy, it sure wasn't. So maybe I should have just stuck with the plan and not let a dragon's flame that knocks me into the clouds dictate where I go with my life. It's worthless. It's completely foolish. It's chump change. Don't need it. And realistically, I don't know why I'm collecting coins anymore. Because there's one thing I'm going to be doing. One thing. And it's not even going to impact this, because we're just going to beat the game, and then I'm going to start over, and you'll understand. You just wait, you'll get it. It's something very special, just for you. Just for you. You're there, you're okay, buddy. It's okay. Okay, we're going up the ladder, the vine ladder, the pterodactyls and dragons are obnoxious. There aren't good weapons to take care of them, so you just stick with the sword. And while we're here, bingo. I had to wait till I had the power sword, till I could break those blocks to get the magic bottle, to get the life bottle. That's why I had to come back. You see? You understand now? I know what I'm doing. Okay? Just trust me. Trust me for once in your life, and I will try and fulfill those hopes, but I can never promise that. I've never been able to, and you know that as well as I do. But that's alright. We're just gonna keep going. We're getting closer to the top, and ideally, that is the spot we want to be, and I'm trying to get a little health, because they have been very stingy about dropping any. And I don't need that magic. I like, though, and it's kind of evil. It makes things a little trickier. I like that you do not have enough magic to use a full health cure twice. You can only use it once, so you need to be very, very conservative in how you use it. And that's... I think that's dangerous. Because I always need full health. I need to constantly replenish it, because I'm clumsy and I can't get that coin. I don't know why that went down there. I'm not sure, really. I think that that's fair, but I also, with such a huge life bar, I start to get cocky and I just assume, oh, well, I'll just take a hit and nobody will care. The problem with that is that different things do different damage, and I'm not expecting it, and then I get kind of caught off guard, and there you go, you're in trouble. You get hit by some dumb fox and his stupid tail spewings, and I don't know. You gotta be careful. And how am I constantly so bad at these? I cannot tell you in words. I'm so sorry. Just, I have to kill them, though. I'm not doing this, like, to be funny. Like, I'm legitimately bad at... I'm sorry. I'm just bad at the foxes. I don't mean to be. It just so happens that they're troublesome. Maybe that's just to me. They probably look really easy to you. You just walk at them. Nope. Not doing that. Goddamn seagulls. Just a complete nuisance. Up. Boy, if I get hit by one more of these, I think I might be dead. But I'm not gonna waste my magic. Because I gotta save it for this boss. And let me tell you something, Mr. and Mrs. That magic... You don't replenish it, so you gotta save it. And this boss is a sticky wicket. So you want to be very cautious. You don't just come at him with guns a-blazing. You are in for the ride of your life, and do not go in that door. It is a waste of your time. It is a distraction. You see, there are clouds that go further up, and I didn't explore them because it would have been a waste of time to do so last time. But this time, it is not. It is the only way to be. Probably could have waited. Didn't even need to go in that hot spring. I could have just got that full health. But thank you for dropping it now instead of ever before. And I don't know, that's dark door. That means ominous things, probably. But we're ready. We're gonna use our equipment, the Sky Bell, and take off to the sky. Master Higgins looks furious to be flying. I don't blame him. He's got pretty chubby cheeks. They're probably floating in the wind. But we're finally at the end boss. It's a wizard or whatever. Who cares? Now this guy, you just want to keep hammering him with hits until his fireballs start to arc outwards, and then you want to try and gauge when you can get back underneath, which is easier said than done for me. I'm usually a little too cautious, and it results in taking a hit, or I'm not cautious enough, and you know, it's the same thing. And you don't have to duck under that ball, just don't jump into it, basically. And you have to move, you have to know exactly how close you can be to the sorcerer without getting hit by his body, and you also have to know about how close you need to be away from the fireballs. It's a tricky balancing act, and it's harder than it might look. At least for me. Perhaps you are significantly better at it than I am, but you can see I've already lost the majority of my life just by trying to do this. And he has a second form where I guess he has two heads or some shit. I don't know. It's ridiculous. Like, this is very not my cup of tea. I'm very bad at this. And you see, look at that. I've killed his lower half. Now I've got to recover because I've been doing this poorly already. And oh my god. I'll do better next time, okay? I promise. I'll do better next time. Might have helped if I'd bought that super special, amazing armor from that casino for 3 million coins. But it was a little too pricey. But at least we've won. He's now ominously floated into the sky and turned into a shadow, so that means we've defeated him, and that's why the music playing is so dreary and scary. Then the sky turned dark, so we've won. And, oh wait, this looks a little different. Oh, that's right, he has a third form. He's actually a scorpion. He was a scorpion the entire time. That was the Shyamalan twist. I think this game is ridiculous in the best of ways. I don't know why there's a picture of the Earth in the background. Maybe we're just that high in the sky that we're in space. Whatever. This is just a little trick. I already had enough health down, so when he does his little scorpion claw energy balls, I just recover health when I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to avoid them safely enough, and that invincibility frame just gives me a second to avoid it. And you want to jump over that last one, be careful about it, you do not want to jump up too high, or else you'll run into his claw. Again, you have to be very cautious, you have to know how to play this very well. It is the final boss, so it makes sense, but there isn't a lot of room for error. You have to be really careful. And it's kind of annoying, because his claws take a lot of hits. Very dangerous stuff. Bunny hops. You gotta bunny hop all the time. Always be bunny hopping. And we're still not even done, because both of his claws have their own health. But, there we go. We got one down. We're so close, I can taste it. Cut this guy's arms off, and what is he but a big dumb eye? Oh, well, good. But oh no, he's still moving. That's weird. Well, you know what else is weird? Get your dagger out, because this fight isn't over yet. This is form, I don't know, 12 of this boss, and God, I thought he was going to move sooner than that. Okay. Jesus. Alright, let me explain what you want to do. Huck daggers like it was the only thing you were put on this earth to do. Throw them so frequently you can't believe that you are. And by golly, you have to be running and jumping when he's running at you, so basically what you want to do is run a bit backwards from the middle of the platform and then hop. It's a lot easier than it sounds, and boy howdy is it not easy to begin with. We don't have a lot of health left, but the reason that I'm using this dagger, as you can probably tell just by looking, is if you try and use a sword, get up close to his weak point, which is his eye, you are going to get hit by his stinger, so this is your best bet. You don't have a lot of room for error in jumping over him, so basically, be willing to just let time run out. You aren't being timed, so just be cool. Be cool about fire safety and scorpion safety. You just have to be cautious and not too scared to jump over him. I have very little health. I don't know if one more hit will kill me. I don't think so. Hopefully not, but this is very, very hard. And it's a little nerve-wracking. You have to have at least 2 of these forms down pat. And I have maybe none of them, but I beat him. He is dead now. There is an easier way to do it, and we'll talk about that later. But as for now, Master Higgins and his lovely bride fell out of the sky in the most romantic way possible, face down. God, that final boss. You can pay attention to the story for a second. I just want to say that final boss, I apologize for my inherent clumsiness. Frequently, I've done better. Like, I swear, but that does not mean that I'm not accident prone and doubting of how close I am. So it's all troublesome. Sorry, I just noticed she called him her chubby hunk of blubber. This game is the best. This game gets a 10 out of 10. God, I love this game. I wish they had more lines like that. The guy saying he found the information in, like, the National Enquirer. The ice giant cometh. I like, as much as Tina loves Master Higgins, she consistently refers to the fact that he's fat. That is the most beautiful relationship I've ever seen. Truly the likes of Jack and Kate on the Titanic. This is the best. This game is just the best. I'm sorry. If you don't like this game, if you don't like this gameplay or the game style, that's fine. But come on. This is a lot funnier than a 1994 game where everything was radical and tubular, should have any of right to been. And the king is pretty alright with having his wife taken. He just... whatever. He's old. He doesn't care. Yeah, he's just not into it. That's just swell. That's just swell. He just gave you back to me. Because as a woman, you're considered property by a king. Good lord. God, what a wonderful, wonderful game. I'm really glad I played this. It's legitimately a fun game. It's really, really worthwhile to give a try. If you're into this sort of game, if you liked Zelda 2, but maybe it was a little too difficult for you, Adventure Island 2, Romantic Slob. This game, God. Jesus, I'm sorry, this game is charming. This game is charming beyond belief. What else can I say? It's fun. But before we get too far into these credits, I would like to say, I did promise you guys 100%, but there are a few things missing from that tally, aren't there? Well, we are not quite done with this game. We have one more video to do, and it's gonna be a doozy. I'm gonna do things a little differently in it, but I'll explain all that when I get there. But we are going to go back to that casino. I'm going to go grab those items after some extensive farming for coins. But we'll get all that armor. We'll get all that extra equipment. You'll see it in action. Don't even worry. As for now, since the game is wrapping up and there isn't a whole lot left to say, I want to ask you kind folks out there, what did you think of this Super Adventure Island 2? Did you like this game? How did you feel about it? How did it make you feel down in the pit of your stomach? What did you think? And what did you think of what I had to say? And if it's mean, just be polite. But you can be mean, just don't try not to hurt my feelings too bad. How did you feel about this experience as a whole? And how do you feel now that it's come to a bitter and tragic end? Even though I still have another video left to do, so I mean it's not done just yet, but it you know what I mean. It will be, so don't. So it's pretty much like at an end. And I appreciate these fellas for doing a bang-up translation. I'm assuming that in the Japanese version she did not call him a hunk of blubber, but I will give them a bit of belief. Until then, though, it is finally the end. Thank you for joining us on these adventures. Have a beautiful, beautiful evening, and we'll see you one more time for Master Higgins to collect a bunch of garbage. Take it easy, my dear friends, and smooches to all of you.